once again, we're doing. We're back here with the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, where we've gotten ourselves into the third of a bunch of labyrinths. So apparently each of these labyrinths has a surface implement, a sky implement, and a depths implement. So there's a whole lot more labyrinth thing to do. Thankfully there are only 2 after this, I think. There are only 3 labyrinths around. This one is in the depths, which isn't awesome. That's a shame. The ruby only glows for as long as you have it out like this. And it fades after a bit. But this lights it up pretty well, so let's use this to light our way for a bit. Like I was saying before. We could use bright bloom seeds and stuff, but we've got a limited number of those, and I'd rather kind of do it this way, kind of. So let's do that. What I wonder is if the labyrinth in the depths here could have been approached from another way, or if you had to, no, they said they opened the bars to it, so I guess... No, but we don't know if... Is it a flux construct? Oh my god, it is. We don't know very definitively that. I'm gonna get the ruby off this and put something a bit more fighting fit on it, like the silver goblin horn. Though it pains me to mar the image of the Master Sword in this way. We don't know if this labyrinth could be accessed from outside, but from the depths, like if you had walked out, if there was some kind of entrance. It has the feel that we're gonna have to fight this construct, doesn't it? So let's give it a whirl. Phew! Hopefully that'll open it and it'll let us hit it in the head now. Does it really not notice us? I guess we'll keep doing this until it does. Okay, there we go. That's more like it. Alright, I should have Ultra Hand for this so I can just take your bits off and... No, stop that, cut that out. And to get your center. Where's your center? I'm gonna reach it. Did you just put it on the shoulder? That wasn't right. Like, that's easier for me to reach. Hey, where'd that go? It glows, right? So it should be easy to find. Oh, I can hit it while I'm standing on it. That's good. Because that lets me hit it while they're doing that as well. Alright, that was about half the health. Is that close enough for me to ascend? Oh, it's trying to throw them at me. Wait, that's a problem. Yeah. Ooh. Can I recall those ones that were just there and then ride them up? I never thought about that. That didn't go how I hoped for. Oh, yes, I can ride them up. Ha! Well, that's a cool thing I did not realize you could do. All the way different, interesting and cool ways you can fight these things. Oh, like, the one that's still being rewound. That should be it. This thing gone then, right? Hey-yonk! You get out of here, you varmint. Well, that went pretty well. It's gonna be like, I opened the gate to the 4th labyrinth. Got a whole bunch of charges from that. Anyone remember how good these things are for fusing? Stuff it. Let's fuse it to the Master Sword and figure it out. 32! It was better than the goblin horn. Oh, no, that's a cool looking Master Sword. It's got a little grinder on the end of it. Still keeps the Master Sword, like, shape to it. It doesn't replace the blade. I like that. This would have been easier if we had a nearby light route, wouldn't it? So I should have really done to the depths portions around this bit before, but anyway. You have traversed this labyrinth of the depths. I didn't really go very far. I took one turn and then there was a big robot. This trial was a test of your talents. In overcoming it, you have shown yourself to be strong of body, skill, and mind. Oh, that's a bit much. In my name as the ruler of owls, I commend your achievement and offer a fitting reward. Armor wreathed in otherworldly evil, hidden away since days of old. Take it now. Is it the phantom armor? Oh, I thought that was it, showing me that the treasure chest has a beard. I was like, you're gonna have to show me a bit more light than that. Wreathed in evil, otherworldly evil. Does sound like phantom, right? Because the spirit tracks is a whole sort of... Well, it's not another world, anyway. Evil spirit greaves. So not Phantom Ganon Greaves, but they look a lot like the Phantom Ganon Greaves, don't they? Oh, I thought they were 16 armor in of themselves. I was like, damn! Oh, that's our first stealth armor as well. Some believe these Greaves are inspirited by a malevolent entity. They're a rather rare find. Why would they not call it Phantom... Oh, because there's a Phantom Ganon in this game. Duh. Sweet! Is that what you get from all of the labyrinths? Is the Phantom Ganon set? That's pretty dope. Because it does, as, when you get all of them, it gives you the same as the Majora's Mask, which is like the disguise thing. At least it did in Breath of the Wild. But also it's stealth gear, which is the first of its kind that we have so far. How does that look like with our other set with the barbarian gear here? That looks pretty good. We could swap between that and this, depending on whether we want stealth or the other thing. Ooh, glide tights also kind of work with this. I mean, honestly, the Minda helm plus the barbarian gear, it just looks sweet to me. I mean, we did paint it blue just to match these pants, I guess, so this probably is the most matching one we have. But anyway, that's pretty sweet. So like I was saying, let's get into this depths here and get a bit of depths covered in here, and then the next few episodes after that, I guess we'll curve around to the actual mountain part, and then finally to Rito Village. It is going to be a bit of time. The really nice thing about the Master Sword is that since you know you're always going to regen, and it's going to be like a solid 30 weapon or whatever it is, you can always be reasonably confident. I'm going to put my stealth greaves on and see if I can play for a stealth take down on this one. You can always be somewhat confident that you're going to have something to that which you can fuse. Because like one of the annoying, well, not annoying is a bit strong, but like it's kind of sad when you finish off one of those huge bosses and they drop one of those things you can't take with you, like the TALUS hearts or those pounders, and you have nothing got to fuse it to, because you're not going to take one off of one of the other things for that. So always having a weapon that every time you break it, you know you're going to get like a free chance to fuse it and it won't be a waste because it's a good weapon is really pleasing. That's one nice thing about the Master Sword. Which means you can use it for stuff like this. Lights out! I figured that would do that since it's it multiplies the damage by 8, was it, we found out? And then that was like a 62 because of the stuff we stuck to it. Perhaps they're supposed to do something in the depths around the woods as well, and that opens it somehow. We should explore all avenues. We might just be getting a few more light roots in this episode, or maybe we'll get like 4 or 5 light roots and still have time to go back up and get another shrine or something. And it's really the nice thing about recording this game is because you can kind of just go around and do whatever you feel. You don't have to like lay into one thing for too long in this game to make a lot of headway. You can make some excellent progress just by dipping into something for 10 or 12 minutes. But at the same time, it's so expansive, and there's so much of that stuff to do that you could also sink a few hours into it at a time if you wanted. Following up one particular lead and getting really far. Are we on some kind of giant tree bark? The texture of the ground here is kind of odd. What's the nearest shrine we have above ground is the light route that's over this away, so we should probably see about heading that away, because one light route down here would mean the world to me personally. Now this one. Where is that? Oh, I've got all my pins back, have I? We should be using them much more readily then. Oh, that's that one there, so there's one even closer by over this way. It's just there's a wall in between us, I guess. Bright blooms away then! Is that a obsidian frogs again? My goodness. Do we feel like fighting it? I mean, the rewards from it weren't actually awesome last time. It was more for the bragging rights, I guess, wasn't it? So maybe we just throw ourselves at the top of this and then just skip this thing. Oh, I was not as close to the top of that as I thought I was. Oops. Oops. I guess we're fighting this now. I'm sorry. I guess we're fighting this now. It seems that it's no longer negotiable. Okay, we should just maybe run. There's no light in here. Sign, there's no light. I'm scared. Run! Just go. Just go. I know it's jumping towards us. Just ignore it. Reju. Just run. Just run. Don't look back. Ooh, Zonite. Oh, they're not going to follow us over here. Let's get some Zonite. Does this crusher thing do this? Oh, it does. Don't come over here. I'm doing something. Ow! I said don't come over here! Now I have to eat my sauteed nuts, my baked apple, my fried wild greens, my seared steak, my blackened crab, my roasted bass to fix all this nonsense that you made. Hey, now I have to do it again. Look, I'm not fighting you. I'm a pacifist. I've never fought anyone in my life. I'm pretty sure that's obvious. So, I don't know why you keep trying to provoke me here. I'm just grabbing my Zonite and leaving. Alright, bye! Oh, that looks horrible and awful up there. What is all that? Stone Talus. Oh, that's not what you want to see. Wow, this is a dangerous part of town. How close am I to that? Oh, I'm going kind of the wrong way for it. There is that. Let's put one more Bright Bloom seed out here. I'm managing without it so far. I'll note that you probably have an easier time seeing than me, because for whatever reason my capture card records like 5 lumens brighter than the display shows up for me. So it looks a tinge brighter to you than it does to me. But that said, I think even I would be able to see the light. Oh, is it way down here maybe? Is it a down or an up kind of direction from us? You'd think it'd be right close to us wherever it is. Just based on the map here. Or maybe we're about to find out that they don't all actually have one below them. I thought it was a very, very universal, like every... No, it's down here. Gotcha. Even though it does mean about like climbing back up, even getting this one would be massively helpful as far as I'm concerned. Nika Keek, light route. That's also cute. It's cute backwards and forwards. This will be useful because it'll be much easier to climb when we can actually bloody well see. Yes, actually, I am quite interested in what's in the depths below the Lost Woods, so that's worth a look. Whoop! Our slightly better armor rating now than when we first fought that Obsidian Fox meant that we didn't get insta-killed by that, which was something I liked about that interaction. That stomp almost definitely would have insta-murdered us if we had been way earlier in this game. Is that it's just a fire key, so I thought it was one of those Korok pinwheels at first. I don't think we found a single Korok in these depths yet, which is, I don't know if there are none or if it's just, I'm not going to find any. I guess it would kind of make sense if there weren't any, because barring the Korok mask, it would be exceedingly difficult to find them with how expansive this place is. Although I am left wondering, and it'll come up again in the end game review, of course, I'm left wondering, save from getting Zonite, and the interesting new experience of, well, I guess some of the armor there's interesting armor and stuff down here. There's Zonite, there's new armor, and the light roots are a new and interesting experience, as well as the pose and the pose soul statues. Okay, I was thinking to myself, I mean, I still feel like there's, at least so far, the depths do seem like just a touch barren in terms of it feels as though they don't shake up the ultimate gameplay loop all that much. It's not a horrible thing. It's more like, sorry, I'm not being articulate here. They shake up the gameplay loop in the sense of traversal down here is way a way different beast, which is very cool, and the experience of that alone is quite cool. But because I'm feeling like we haven't very often actually had to go here. Like we've done a very large portion of the surface map. Almost got all the memories, 2 of the main dungeons and 70-ish shrines, and never once really had to go here for any of that. It made a few things easier by getting a bunch of Zonite and batteries and stuff. We were able to get the hovercrafts. So I think that's probably that's the crux of it. Is it's not exceedingly necessary for a lot of the main 100% stuff, but it just does make it easier. All right, I'm about to run on a lot of gloom patches here and probably lose a bunch of hearts, but once we get to this light route, we can just heal that up with some food anyway, so it won't be so bad. Am I climbing a really tall tree here that I'm never going to have any hope of getting to the top of? Oh my. Well, that wasn't good. It's a good thing this gloom stuff does give you some ambient light, though. Anyway, that's a very minor criticism or complaint or whatever you even want to call it, because it's not. It's barely even a criticism or a complaint. Just a note that I don't feel that this shakes up the huge gameplay loop. It doesn't shake up the main gameplay loop in that you're not. I don't feel like I'm forced to come back here for very much. It's more like if I want to go down here, there's some interesting adventures to be had, which is cool in and of its own right, because the allure of the open world Zelda duology has been since 2017 now. The allure has been that you very much can choose your own path through the world. So I guess it's like if there was something through a snowy mountain that you knew you wanted, you could go to the depths instead, maybe, but it's kind of hard to get from the depths to the surface, so I'm not really sure. I'll have more thoughts when it's at the end of the game, I suppose. Sorry for just jibber-jabbering at you with all my half-baked thoughts here. Here's a thought that is not half-baked, though. We should hit up a pose statue soon. Probably. I wonder if we can go back to the one and look at landing, and they'll tell us where... Oh, we're rather close to the one that's over this way. And they'll tell us where another one in the depths is because I'm going to have a hard time finding them myself otherwise, even though they're quite big. And we have a lot of souls we could turn in for some more interesting gear when we get to one of them that has gear that we don't have yet. Light route's dead ahead, but probably up a bunch. Yeah, I'm going to get gloomed a whole bunch in this area. Sucks to suck. It'll happen. Fairies can heal you even when your hearts get gloomed. They ungloom the first 5 hearts to heal them. Even if it came to pass that I didn't want to use my sunny food and we were all the way around screwed otherwise. This is just one of those big archway things, right? Probably worth an ascend up through here so I don't have to deal with this if nothing else. Oh wow, I went way high to get to this light route. That was a long journey through the world there. Yisu Ayam Shrine! Whoosh! Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. That looks like a massive statue just on the other behind me here. Looked like it had arms and a head and everything. This thing here, what is that? Oh! Am I playing Shadow of the Colossus now? Oh my. This is eerie. There's gotta be something on the top of that, right? I mean, just look at it. Look, there are more important things than you and I right now. By the way, do I have a blue Lizalfos in the book? Oh, this is all zoomed in and weird. Black Lizalfos, blue Lizalfos. I got all kinds of Lizalfos. Oh, silver Lizalfos, are you? That's new. I shouldn't get hit by your bow, though, is what that means, because you get racial bonus to your damage, I think. Oh, look at the silver Lizalfos horn. It looks so cool. Common locations unknown. Interesting. These Lizalfos have been influenced by the Demon King's fiendish magic to become the mightiest of all Lizalfos. They're called silver for their unique coloring and also to denote their rarity. Their horns, turned ominous by the Demon King's influence, can cut anything with the slightest touch. Looks that way. I heard there was something about Breath of the Wild, the way the enemies worked and the way they spawned, like, silver ones, is that, like, the more enemies you fought in certain locations, the higher tier they became. So as you fought, a bunch of red ones, eventually they would become blue, then black, then silver, and then gold if you are playing Master Mode, so... Maybe that's why the location reads unknown. It's just that there is no typical location because the only way to find them is to take down a whole bunch in an area with normal other ones first. This thing isn't doing much to hit me from range, and I've got tons of arrows, so I may as well not waste any more good melee weapons on it here. Let's just hit the hurt to them with the archery here. What are you blowing that horn for? Cut that out. Now, this bow was one we haven't found yet. Sorry, not this one. This is the blue Lizalfos. But also this silver Lizalfos horn looks friggin' cool. Oh, it's like the blade of a scythe. Oh, that's badass. I want to put that on a polearm so fast. Fuse attack power 34. Is that better than the... It's certainly better than the silver goblin horn. Is it better than the silver moblin horn? Because I thought the silver moblin horn was like 32. 33, so the silver Lizalfos horn is even better, which makes sense because to me, I've always found the Lizalfos more difficult to fight. But also, I'm very happy because it looks 1,000 times cooler than any of the other fused things in the game so far. Well, I don't know, the Lionel stuff all looks pretty dope too, and the Gleeok stuff. But I mean, this is among my favorite. Look at that! A sickle-shaped horn. Oh, it looks so cool! I don't think I'm ever going to be over how cool that thing looks. Steel Lizal bow. We have in the book, but we never picked it up because it's not as good as the one we got in hand, which I think was the right call. Why you guys still have all weapons drawn and everything? You guys know something I don't? Nah, we're fine apparently. Right, how many bombs we got? Tons. Let's just throw a few at this to get to quote mine unquote all this stuff. Hey-ya! Because I'd rather not use that mighty construct spear, zonite spear. Yeah, because it looks like it'll be pretty useful for when we actually get something to fuse to it. That will increase it to, because it doubles the might of the weapon. Sorry, that's Fire Emblem might. Doubles the attack power of the weapon that is the base when it's one of those ones that's mighty zonite, right? So that would mean it would bring this thing from an 18 to a 36, and then add whatever part you attach to it, which bring it up to something really considerable. So I very much like that. There's a rock hammer right here. Let's just drop one weapon of some kind and pick this up for this so we don't have to waste any more bombs on it. There we go. Throw it away, throw it away, throw it all away! Right, where was I headed? To the next light route, which is just south of here. And it should be easy to get to because we're way high. No, what I wanted to do was get on this giant F-off statue over here. Cliff Bargainer statue. Oh! This is what the whole statue is supposed to look like. Oh, this is one that isn't broken. Oh, how fun! That doesn't pose an awful image of all my past memories with the Bargainer statues at all. Cool. It's awesome. I love it. It really does look like something out of the Shadow of the Colossus with all the platforms you can stand on and everything, though, doesn't it? Also, there was a game on the Wii? It was a game in the TAC series, and I hadn't played any of the other ones. I don't even know how many games there are in it, but there were TAC and the Guardians of Gross. That's what it was. There were a bunch of fights. I don't think it was kind of a whatever kind of game. It wasn't like amazing. It wasn't horrible by my recollection, but there were a bunch of fights where you were on like a giant monster, and it was kind of like Shadow of the Colossus and kind of like this. Hello. Hang on. I'd like to see your face before we bargain with one another. Let me just boop your nose here. Awesome. You have a likable number of eyes. Riju, I know it's scary, but we gotta calm down a bit. They will never talk to us if we're like that. You who stand before me, make an offering. Offer pose to me. Spirits that ought to return to the afterlife. This is the same as all of them. There's no good and evil, futile to speculate such morality and blah blah blah. My brethren and I have combined our power to create the Dark Trousers. If you desire it, you must make a suitable offering. So I guess it's like every one of them you meet, they come up with a few more things. Oh, right, the Dark Trousers, that's part of the Darkling set. Like that. Trousers obtained by offering pose to a strange statue. They look normal at first, but on closer inspection, they resemble the legs of a monster born of shadow. All this other junk we have in our inventory as well. Very interesting. This is the only instance I can bring to mind of a place where you can actually purchase weapons. Right, so the mask is, the face one is probably going to be even a bit more expensive, so I should save a bunch of pose souls. I get that. I do understand that. That's not lost on me. I do understand. But just consider. So what's the max number of things we can buy that cost this? It's 17. So I say we buy 8 bombs and 9 puff shrooms, because they both cost 16. They're not, horrible. Difficult to find. I want them all. Yeah, not likely. Leaves us with 9s that can get us nothing, so that'll do. Thanks. But puff shrooms and bombs I think we definitely want to be stocking up on. Puff shrooms being especially elusive. South now to the next light route that's over this way. Wow, it looks so bright and not scary up here. Is that a light route we already have? I think so. I think I'm looking at the one we got before, right? So the one I'm looking for now is more like this way. Oh yeah, I can see it in the gloom over there. The gloom, not in the Tears of the Kingdom sense of gloom, but in the sense of, like, fog and awfulness. Yep, sure got a lot darker when we got off that Bargainer statue. Interesting. 3 torches in, like, a formation like that. Is that just another one of those little mining things, or is it a little more organized than that? No, maybe not. Oh, my! There's something very... What is that? It looks like a shark. Is it like a mini Muktarok? Maybe we get the light route on before we see what's going on with that. It just looks like another Muktarok, doesn't it? Oh dear. Why land sharks? I mean, mercifully, land sharks don't seem to really do much for my, sure, light route. Much easier to say than Q-yo-yo. The land sharks, I guess, don't spark my fear of sharks quite as much because they're unlike real sharks in that they're not really, in the water. I mean, except for like epaulet sharks, but they're not scary. The scary thing about a shark is that they're in the water and they can move around so fast and so silent, even though they're like the size of 8 school buses. That's just another Muktarok, yeah. So you can just kind of refight them. Well, why not? Oh, does that mean we get to hear the music again? Wow, that was cool the way it just kicked up out of nowhere there. Well, prepare to get splash fruited. And a 1. Ah, I missed. Look. I'm gonna get hit by this. Ow. I should just do it with the bow and arrow. It's just dumb to try and throw it at it from that range. Oh, it's so good to finally be able to eat a bunch of food to actually heal my health rather than just getting one-shotted by everything. Right. 1 splash fruit, 2 splash fruit. They knew I loved this theme, didn't they? Ah, I can't believe I missed that. At least Sidon shouldn't have too much trouble hitting them this time because they haven't covered the whole thing in muck this time. Oh, does this one have even more health than the one we fought initially? It seems that way, doesn't it? Shame, I'm probably gonna have to, with the amount of health it has, there's a decent chance I'll have to bring out one of my royal weapons here and waste the excellent flurry capability. But not just yet, because we've got a few more that are not royal that we can be using. Not tons. Probably we should use the gloom ones earlier so that we can get rid of them and have more space for getting some more solid weapons, shouldn't we? Yeah, let's use the gloom ones on this. It is going to hurt us, obviously, which will make us probably an easier one-hit kill to any of the things attacks this thing does, but as long as you're dunking on this thing with splash roots, it basically can't do too much damage to you. Alright, fall over you. And we're thwacking away here. What I don't know is if it does any kind of phase change down here like it does up above. Sure it does! But as long as you're dunking on it with splash fruit, as we learned before many times, no problem this fight. Of course, I didn't know that in episode 0. That made that rather tedious. I tried everything, I tell you. I mean, that was a direct hit. This is a direct hit also. Yeah, and then you gotta catch it while it's doing it. Oh, I shouldn't be using the frost one because this could be useful on enemies that can actually be frozen. Oh, managed to catch it right beside me. That's useful. This thing does so much damage that we might even be able to catch it before it goes back. Almost. Ah, so close. It's gonna need a few more splash fruit on that. And 2, and now we'll just finish it off with archery because let's not use our good melee weapons on it, basically. Poof! And that gets us some kind of interesting chest over here, which does what? That's cool. The bosses are all available to re-challenge in the open world. I guess every Blood Moon they'll come back. Is that it? Although I don't know what else the reward they could give you, but whatever's in this chest. So I guess every time past the first, it's just going to be for the fun. Or maybe they don't challenge you again. Oh no, they do drop stuff. Look at that. Octorok tentacles and everything. So you can still get some loot from them, I guess. Where did the Octorok eyes don't count as a thing you can scan in the book, though? I guess it technically dropped all that stuff as well the first time we fought it, just since we auto-walked back to Zora's Domain. We didn't get it. Sidon's like, go on, Link, open it! I'd like to see! Oh, a huge crystallized charge. Maybe that does recharge every Blood Moon, then. Because that's not a very one-of-a-kind reward. Oh, we already had 114? We must have got them from some other big fight. Let's go turn those in for sure. And then I will head back up to the tundra and see about finding just one last shrine to end this episode off. That'll be enough to get us another heart as well. You know what? I'm taking it back. There's a lot of cool stuff in the depths, it would seem. Every time I go back down there, I find there's some other new huge boss to fight or... Oh yeah, the Froxes as well. So the Gleeoks and the Froxes are both huge enemies that... Like, I mean, they both have this sort of the same thing like the Hinox, where as long as you're getting into the vital organs, like the eyes, that stagger them, it's not actually all that bad to fight. But they are a bit more threatening in the Hinoxes. Like, the design is a little better on them, and they're a little smarter, I think. And it's harder to just... Because the Hinox eye is huge, and it moves really slow, so... Having them being, like, one of the few large enemies in the open world in Breath of the Wild was... it ended up feeling falling a little hollow and being disappointing once you figured out how to work with them. Whereas the Froxes and the Gleeoks, I feel like even once I have some good armor, if I'm not prepared to fight them in other ways, I'll be, like, constantly avoiding them in the open world. Which I like the ability... The point that I have to... Because when I see a Hinox in the open world in either game, I'm like, yeah, we're going to get that because that's easy loot. I'm never weighing the danger of it. So it does end up feeling a little hollow. Or it did in Breath of the Wild, but now that we've got all these other big monsters, I dig it. Christopher, finally, let's get 2 more chunks of batteries, shall we? Don't know why I'm saying shall we, because A, you can't respond, and B, there's no reason why we wouldn't, really. Except if we were trying to be super hardcore, which I've had my share of trying to be hardcore. It doesn't really work out for me. I never noticed there was a crack on the back of my helm. I guess it's like that in the actual game, in Twilight, isn't it? Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. You're a sweetie pie. Ooh, can't wait to have a full thing of that. Oh no, I was lying earlier when I said we had all our pins. We're still missing that red one because it's up on the pirate ships over by Akala. I'm hearing that storm all right. Sorry, didn't put my cold pants on. Yoink. Oh man, I bought that, the dark pants and didn't even have a look at them. But yeah, it sure is. It's pretty cool looking, the Dark Link set. Oh, cool, and because they don't have the glove on the right hand, so you can see he's got a robot hand. Sorry, Link. If we're about to make it into the shrine, we maybe don't really need desperately to heal up right now. We'll see if we get into a big tussle in between now and the next shrine, but if we could just find a shrine somewhere in the mountains, we head towards the tower and we'll find a shrine in between here and there. Don't. Oh, wait, Snowy Octorok, you're maybe a different thing? Yes, you are. Perfect photograph. These octopus-like monsters live in snowy fields and disguise themselves as grass. When someone wanders by, they spring into action and start attack by spitting snowballs. And that's the same loot as all stuff we've got already, so no reason to challenge it, really. Octo balloons we haven't had any much use for because obviously we have a lot of other ways of propelling us upward in this game, including actual hot air balloons. I did always feel like it was a little sad that they weren't terribly effective in Breath of the Wild. Like, if you had a whole bunch, sure, you could fly with something, but you would need like 100 to get any real height. Because they explode every 20 seconds or so, and you need like 5 as it stands to lift any kind of reasonable standing platform. So you'd have to do like 5 every 20 seconds, and then just do that a whole bunch if you wanted to use one to get up to a really high place. And even then, it's really difficult because you have to use there's no throw in that one. You just have to use the silly dropping them shtick. So to put one on all 4 corners of a platform, say, would be really difficult because you'd have to like pause and then do this and then go run over there and drop it and then pause and then like it was really much more trouble than it was worth. Usually, you'd rather just climb up whatever you were trying to get up. Wow, this is an interesting setup here. Are these a bunch of anti-gravity platforms? Looks that way, connecting these islands. God, I wonder what that's about, but we'll know at some point anyway. Very, very lucky that I did not walk face first into something worse than one other snow octorok there. Oh my, what's that? That looks interesting. Oh, just grass, I think. It was very luminous grass. So I thought it was maybe something a little more special. Nope, it's just a very pretty white grass. Some people like to harp on games that have super extensive logbooks where you can categorize every piece of grass and stuff, but I love that stuff. If there was a logbook for every little bit of one of these grass entities, I would love it. I would photograph them all day. It's one of the many reasons I love the Metroid Prime series. Still need to play those on the channel someday, especially the third one, because that's actually one I haven't played, and Corruption looks damn good. The tower was in a roughly this way direction, right? Well, man, I'm really heading right up to that storm, aren't I? I shouldn't really be here before going to Rito Village, but interesting also that we haven't heard any shrine blinking around here. I would have thought there would be tons in these here mountains. Can I fuse one of these falling rocks? The Master Sword? I kind of want to try. Probably doesn't give you much attack power, but since we don't have anything to use the Master Sword now, since it just returned to us, it's like I was saying, very good for experimenting with fuse stuff. Because you always know you're going to get it back with a decent 30 attack power, so... Hang on, where was that? Over here. You can also make vehicles out of these big rocks here, which would be fun to try sometime. Ruins Rubble! Only 2 attack power, but look at the wonkening! It's extended the range a fair bit as well. And probably it bumps the durability a chunk, so... Since it's already got good damage on it, I guess it's not the worst thing to have. This seems like a horrible place to build a tall standing structure, but I would never question Purah on such a matter. I'm sure she knows exactly what she's doing. Look at how big it is when I pulled it towards the camera. Now these enemies, the Lizalfos that are lying down like this, I've always wondered if it's possible to stealth them. I think the answer is no. I think even if they like wouldn't technically be able to see you, they always technically know where you are. Technically. Let's give it a whirl, because they've improved a lot of little tiny mechanics in this game as well. There have been a lot of little quality of life fixes in this game. So it wouldn't surprise me if they changed it so you could stealth them. And maybe you could in the Breath of the Wild as well, and I just sucked at it. That's also possible. And honestly likely. Yeah, see, it just turns its head. Oh no, but you can still catch it. Oh, where did it go? I win! Holy crap. Ooh, shrine? Which way? This way. Well, let's get the tower first, and then we'll glide over to that shrine. Sound good? Sound good to me. Oh god, someone needs help down there. Let's deal with that first. I hope I'm going to be able to get there in time. It looks pretty far away. Don't worry, citizen. I'll snipe them from here. Nope, not even close. Hang on, let me try more like that. Oh! Booyah! I expected a challenge. We're feeling confident, aren't we? There's the first arrow I missed with. Nice hair and outfit. You're cool all around. Hi there. Are you a traveling adventurer? Though I may not look it, I am a monster hunter of some small renown. I spend my days traveling the lands of Hyrule in pursuit of a myriad of prey. At the request of a fellow named Colton, I'm presently hunting bubble frogs, mysterious cave-dwelling creatures. I've heard that one such beast lurks in the cave in this very region. Question is, which cave? All of them, according to what we know. I've got a nice little wooden stick here I can experiment with as well. Seems you were not in danger anyway, so I will leave you to that. God, I could help. Sorry for taking some of the spoils of your trade, but you can have the shield. Oh, what's all this about? Not fusible, but it's a bunch of chain link bridges that... Oh, they're not chained yet, but, okay, so if we stick them together a bunch like this, and then just put them on their side, we can make a climbing wall here. Is that the idea? Like this? I mean, it's not super ergonomic, but you get the idea, I think. There's also... Was that a Korok I saw? Oh, I see. Their friend's gonna be up on the top of this, are they? Bunch of bridge posts you can make bridges out of. Yeah, okay, so all I gotta do is make this a little easier to walk up. No harm, no foul. In fact, if I just stick a bunch of them together and make a super long one, I can just make it at like a 45-degree angle, and that should be climbable, shouldn't it? Doesn't exactly have to be straight, as long as they're connected in the right angle, sort of order. Oh, these ones in the ground. I see. So if I then went a bit more... Okay, well, we want to get all of the stuff I stuck to it off then, because I ruined it. I made it stupid and dumb and bad. Let me unmake it stupid and dumb and bad. Oh, but it's hard to reach it. Well, no, it should be easy to reach once we stick it all together. Something like that. It's a little more... Should help. That should be possible. Nah, maybe not. No, it will, because we can use recall on the bag. I remember that now. Don't you worry, we'll be there in no time. Actually, as a matter of fact, I could just stick you to this and catch you when I'm up there, couldn't I? That's probably easier. Sorry. I know this isn't exceedingly dignified. Can't reach it from there, can I? Or can't I guess? Am I able to walk here? Is that a possibility? Seems probably not, right? Oh, weird. When I start climbing in any direction, it just brings me down. Unless I'm jumping. That was weird. Yeah, I would need to angle this a bit more. That's fine. I can figure something out. We just got a bunch of zonite, right? So I could build a, Oh, I could build one of these things they've just made for us here. Another one. Sure, let's use zonite on that, and, completely obliterate myself. That's important. I just sent myself through the bridge somehow. Don't worry about it. Now... If I take you off... Oh my god, how did I put you so high that I can't get you off? You can't be serious. How did I do that? Okay, fine, not to worry. Because if I stick this here... I can't attach any more. Well, that's gonna be a problem. If I just make it sort of slanted like this, Hang on. Oh, can I stand on them the way I put them now? I don't know why it's sliding me down like this. This is really weird. Oh, come on, I just want to reach this... Oh, I can build this into a different shape, can I? No, because if I break it apart, it all goes away? No, just the one that was by itself. So I can change this now into, this is becoming more work than I anticipated, but I can change this now into this kind of shape, which is helpful to me. Because now I can reach you. And do what I was trying to do initially. Which was stick you to this thing. And bring it way up high. And now... Oh wow, it really slides all the way around in a weird way. Hang on, and do something like that. And if I did that and then recalled, I would probably be able to have an easier time getting you up there. Recalled, I managed to recall the actual Korok themselves, and nah, it's still not high enough, is it? Ugh, shucks. Right, it's very difficult to stick something to this when it's so high up, so, I changed my mind. May not have fans, but I've got zonite. Let's build our classic hovercraft again. This is the right tool for the job, I think. It'll be vastly easier than trying to fuss with the bridge mechanics here. Impressive though they are, there are still some elements of it that are a little finicky. Like how, in the middle there I was slipping off of it, the Korok was doing the same thing. Like, when you're at a flex point in a bridge, weird stuff happens, and this is just much easier to do anyway. Right, well, I guess that's the easy way I just took, but whatever. Beats not doing it. Sorry, Korok. That's really rough landing. There you go. Thanks for being safe, you two. Yatta! Ba-da-ba-da-bum! Scan. Whoosh. Oh boy, that's only, what, 3 chunks of the map we have left to get? Sweet. I mean, this doesn't tell us a ton that we didn't already know. I guess we've already been around the whole area this map shows. Ah, but the sky stuff, now that's the important bit. You could just see the bare edge of the storm. I love that. Wicked. I like that labyrinth because it was like, it was a lot of rigmarole for some of the... well, I know I'm kind of going back to my old words where I was like, I like how there's no rigmarole for the DLC gear, but like, I like that it's not all the same. Some of it you just go and find, some of it there's like a big trial to do, but it's not, none of it's mundane anyway, is the important thing. Right, so, oh, there'll be a shrine we have to go get a crystal for, so let's not bother with that now. Let's go get the one we knew was over this way, and we'll call it an episode after that. Sorry, that's the wrong way. It was more like this way, wasn't it? Because it was toward this side of things, but when we were, from the tower is when we were heading this way and having it blink at us. So it's like over on this ledge somehow? Maybe in a cave? If we'd found a cherry blossom tree, we would know exactly where it was. Could have sworn it was right around here. Weren't we just like at the light of trying this shrine right? Like it was like right over here we were fighting that Lizalfos and looked this way and it was blinking? There we go. Suggesting it's over near this cliff somehow. Don't have time for you. Sorry. Goodbye. No, don't! Shooting people's wrong! Oh god, you could see their arrow in the distance there for a minute. Wait, where did the blink plonk go? Does it not happen in combat? Listen, you're making the blink plonk go away. Cut that out. Headshot! Nope. Headshot! There we are. Oh, right. It only does plink plonk if you're nearby down below. So it's just down, but a fair ways down is what they're telling us. So presumably it's in some kind of cave into the ruin, into the wall. Somewhere around here. Oh, unless that's the one they're pointing us to. The one in the ice over there. Yes, it probably is, isn't it? That's actually because it doesn't have the swirl over it. Oh, no, maybe that isn't it. Maybe this is a... oh, this is a TALUS. I see. Huh. Well, I think I'm about to be hit by attacking this thing on its horn and touching the ice part, but maybe if I just stab it really hard, not with a wooden stick, with the Master Sword, which has what attached to it? Right, the big old rock. Oh, I actually don't freeze if I'm standing on this. Let's just whack it then. Whack, whack, whack. Oh, I do freeze. I take it back. I do freeze. I do. Hang on. While we're frozen here. Omelet. Mushroom skewer. You totally freeze. I was wrong. Incorrect. And wrong. Boop. Hang on, but did we only freeze because it did something? Nope, you're just not supposed to touch it. I don't know why it worked at all the first time. Wait, don't punch me! It's fine, I was invincible because I was still getting up. Oh, that killed me in one shot. Listen, you. Oh, is it about to throw the other one? I really wouldn't like it if you did that. No, don't! God damn it! Melt this dang thing so I can actually stand on it next time we knocked it over. Ah, it's on its back though, so it's hard to reach from a distance. Taluses can be weirdly hard in this game if you're at the wrong angle. I mean, this game and Breath of the Wild. I don't know why the camera was doing that, but there we go. Hey, wonk, and schwonk, honk, honk, and hey, bonk. I missed. No, don't, that's not fair, I jumped off. Hey, mercifully it doesn't have its hands yet, so I can just keep, oh, come on. It's so hard to hit it even while it's recovering. Okay, there we go. One more volley of melee heads should do this here. Oh, do I have a picture of you? I do now. Perfect picture. Okay, well, that's not fair. I was climbing you before I was taking your picture and admiring how pretty gorgeous you are. Ah, all right, ascend. That's a good thing to do here, isn't it? Sorry. Where was I? Ruins rubble! I love putting the Sky Rock onto this Master Sword. This is a really fun thing to do. Ah, but you know what we really should do? Sapphire, lovely. Oh, this one had a crystal in it. Oh, so we needed it anyway for whatever shrine is happening around here. That was what I saw glowing green in there. Ah, I getcha. I'm gonna put the Talus Heart on the Master Sword now, though it's probably lower on durability. Frost Talus Heart does plus 27. Pretty sweet. And does some ice damage. Nice. Follow the beam to its end and gotcha. Oh, was the sound of their voice a little different since I went to the crystal first? Might have been. Oh, and since this rock is currently unfused, let's just stick something to it. There's also nice another little rock smashy here. I can probably walk faster with this if I Ultra Hand it, can't I? Then rather than carrying it. Frost TALUS. This enormous monster is naturally camouflaged as a frozen rock formation. Neither sword nor arrow can pierce its frigid form, unless you put some fire fruit on it. Merely touching its frosty body can leave you with severe frostbite, but maybe it'll scale it if you somehow thaw its icy exterior. It lives in cold, snowy regions. I kind of want to try putting a snowball on the stick. I guess it'll melt if you're in anywhere that's not specifically cold. Oh, this is it right here. Ciceron Shrine. I thought it was going to be like up the mountain a bit ways, and I totally did not see this thing here. Wonk! The North Aber Mountains crystal complete. Let's go get a snowball to put on this. Rock. Slash. I also kind of want to try fusing some cold Sulflina to it. Just because I want to see what that'll look like. Oh, let's try both. That said, if you fuse a mushroom to it, it gets all bouncy and good. Hang on. I really, 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 really want to try launching this thing off the cliff with the bouncy mushroom. Hi-ya! Boing! Oh, I have to do the launcher hit, right. Yonk! Get away from here! Oh my god! Listen, you. Get mushroomed! Boing! Why does he keep going that way? I wanted to go over the edge. Hang on. If I can get a flurry rush, that'll be enough. No, redo! Guys, and away with you now! Goodbye! Oh, that's amazing. And what are these Lizal shields, which we've seen like none of in this game so far, because we haven't fought that many Lizalfos. Which is how much power? 15, we don't really need it over any of the ones we have already. Jeez! Oh, that's so cool, you can photograph the champions' weapons by photographing their spirits. Well, that was fun. I'm putting a snowball on this boomerang. Check it out, I'm gonna have a snowball fight with myself! I win! And this could just be like our little tickle stick that has some Cephalene on the end of it. I wonder if that does anything to hit people with that. I don't imagine why it would, but it looks kind of fun and cool. It's just a stick with a bundle of herbs on the end. I like that we're fusing it together with the stick with like magical power, but we still felt the need to tie the herbs in a knot, like a bundle before doing it. And what is in this shrine here? It's a reward, of course, for fighting that huge Frost Talus. Works for me. Wouldn't be surprised if we found a few more shrines that had Taluses holding the crystals, since that was that it looked so natural on them. I could see them doing that a few times. Ba-doink! Boop! You're too kind. You're so sweet. You're so nice. Thank you very much. Love you. Love you. Mwah. Mwah. Bye. Mwah. Mwah. Goodbye. Mwah. I may not have skill, but I've got a lot of heart. Did you get the double meaning in the joke there? Because I don't need skill if I have a lot of hearts, but also it's like I get a lot of heart, like I care about things and stuff. Okay. It was a good joke. We can move on now. Whoomp. So that is all for now, my friends, for this episode of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Next video going up on the channel is going to be some more of Breath of the Wild DLC Champions Ballad, where we're going to be getting with the Daruk's trials, the last of the few trials we have to overcome. And that was all. This has been a very, very fun Tears of the Kingdom episode, and a very fun few episodes, in fact. This game is just such a delight, and it is fun to do the Let's Play. Oh my god, I finished the intro before we hit the ground and die. I think someone was coming around. Hopefully I'll see you around. I was going to be out of here now. Peace! Sorry. Simba! Yeah! So it just kind of hits the few enemies that are close by, I guess. Yonk! Yonk! Right, what kind of number do you need here? Oh, it needs to be a green. Any green card will do. We've got a ton of these ones, so let's just use the level 2 in this one, I guess. And ka-chunk! Boink! That'll open that.